Hey everybody, it's Angie from Our Little Home and Garden, and today I just wanted to take you on a quick tour, show you what's going on in the gardens. I had tried to wait to do this, and I kept saying I want to wait until it's done, but truly, garden is never done. And with today's climate, I thought we just needed to take a stroll through a garden. Also, I didn't want to show all the imperfections of my garden, but every garden has imperfections. So here we go. So we'll start on the porch here, which we have a lot going on. So I just recently got this hydrangea. It is the City Line Paris from Proven Winners. And then this arrangement I did this up a week ago. So we have Silverberry, Super Tunia, Sweet Caroline Lime, maybe? Sweetheart Lime? I'm not sure. Fireworks Pennisetum in the middle, which will grow maybe that height. Sorry, the light is really bad, but it's always super sunny out here. Here we have more of the Silverberry. And then this is just an empty pot that I haven't done anything with. Got my little strawberry plant. This is my first time doing strawberries. So we'll see how it goes. We just got the first bloom on it. Then over here we have, this is Cat's Pajama Nepeta. We've got a couple different miniature roses. See my shadow. This is the worst lighting in the history of lighting. We'll go around here. So I am totally in love with this because I told my daughter the other day, I wish there was a green petunia. And lo and behold, I go to the garden center and I find a green petunia. And it's white with green edges, but isn't it so sweet? It's called Pistachio. And then we've got some licorice plant who they will trail over. We got 4 of them in here and 2 of the petunia. We've got our red creeping thyme all over the place down here. And then here we have our incredible hydrangea. And it's starting to do its thing. I'm so excited. I just planted those last week. I also have iceberg roses. They're fairly new as well. And then this container I did up with, I believe it might be a Marguerite daisy, and then Super Tunia Vista Snowdrift and Limoncello. So we have the white there and then the limoncello over on the side. This is a climbing rose that was a Joseph's Coat rose, and I believe it's grafted onto this rose that you see now. And the Joseph's Coat must have died over the winter, and this is what came back. It's glorious. And then there's also an avant-garde clematis. We've got a little hedge of autumn joy sedum. Over here we got a little pot of, I don't know what, but it's cute. Sometimes that happens. We got this white spirea. I got it, clearance, was dying. Planted it at the end of last year and it is looking pretty good. Then we've got some Sweet Romance lavender here. And then we have our At Last roses. And then we have behind here, this here is, I believe, Munstead lavender. Now, does anybody else have the Outlast rose? Because I'm wondering if anybody else has the same issue with the petals. Because you literally barely touch it and they just fall apart. Then here we have Walker's Low Nepeta, which is huge. Over here, we've got our White Cloud Calumet. We've got some allium, some Russian sage, traditional Russian sage here. Another Munstead. And all the way in the back here, we've got, I believe it's a Roxanne geranium, hardy geranium. We've got a little bit of, is it whirling butterflies? Gara right here. So this bed's pretty full, but so where this calumet is right there, I want to take it out and put another Outlast rose. And I'm debating on taking out the Russian sage here and putting a purple rose there, because I'm going to stick with that peach and purple theme. This is a huge white azalea hedge that needs to be maintained a lot better. Then over here we have our pollinator garden, which is just full of like a pollinator mix seed, which is all sprouting up nice. We've got a couple little plants in here. We've got Rockin' Playing the Blues salvia on either side there. We've got some black-eyed Susan vine. It's looking a little weather weary. We've got our birdhouse, and that's where I have two little wrens that live in there, the little family. I call them the Willoughbys. Here I have a dwarf butterfly bush. I'm not really sure of the variety. This is a honeysuckle from Proven Winners. I believe it's called Sensation. But that's what they look like there. Here at the line of the fence, we have 3 mini Malvet hydrangea, which you'll get about 3 foot tall and wide. And they're starting to open. They're opening this beautiful plum color. We have here some Limetta hydrangea, which is really suffering from an iron deficiency and some pests. So we're working on restoring that. So it's hiding out over here where it's kind of shady. Come on back around to the front. All right. So the bed with the bench is typically what I do, a cottage garden with mixed flowers. And usually mixed seeds. But this year I wanted to do all perennials. Well, the coronavirus hit and our work situations changed, and so we had to change some of our garden plans. And I'm sure lots of people have had to do that. And so we filled it with mostly annuals. So what we have over here is we have pincushion flowers, and that's not an annual, that's a perennial in my area. Then we have some fountain grass. Here, sweet little lantana is called pink bandana. Then we have 3 Incredible hydrangea in the back. We've got Color Blaze Golden Dream coleus. We've got Pink Gumfrena in several places. We got another Walker's Low, 2 of them there. We've got our Supertunia Vista Bubblegum and Vista Snowdrift. We've got a couple of those. And so it's just basically a pattern of Gomphrena. I probably have, I think, 8 Gomphrena in there. We've got 2 of the Vista Bubblegum Supertunias, 3 of the Snowdrift. We've got 2 Velocity Blue Salvia, and they're annuals. And then we have another fountain grass. We've got a thistle, and we have 4 clome, or clome, I think it is, back there, along with another fountain grass. And the hydrangeas are looking a little wilty. I just planted them today, and the rest of this just got planted yesterday. Then here in the very front, we've got, come back over here, we've got 2 Tater Tot Arborvitae, and we have a wee white hydrangea, and that only gets about 2 to 3 feet. Then we have this little area here, which is filled with Supertunia Vista Snowdrift and Supertunia Paradise, maybe? I think it's what it is. Yeah, pretty sure. We got some knockout roses. We've got our containers on either side of the garage, and they have in them Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. They've got purple fountain grass. If anybody knows the name of this, it's Mexican something is what it was called. I can't remember what it was. And then also these here, they're proven winners. Supertunia, I think. I'm not sure. They might be. Yeah, they're proven winners. I'm not sure of the name. Then we come around here to the Romance Garden, is what I call it. We've got a pink knockout rose here, a Chicago Peace rose, and I forget what the other one is. I'm terrible, right? Ooh. All right, playing with this gimbal. Sorry, new toy. Then we've got some Gara, and this is a shorter variety. It's in pink. This rose was here when we bought the house. I'm not really sure what it is. And my roses are suffering. I mean, they're looking a lot better, but they were attacked by aphids, and they were in like really bad shape. And so I've been treating them. They're getting better, but they've got a long way to go. But we just keep on keeping on working on them, right? Right. And this is the Romance Garden. There's a lot. This is just really packed. So this, we have some Spanish lavender. We've got an Astilbe that I don't know what variety it is. Behind it, we have a double play Artisan Spirea, and I was not sure what color it was going to turn out to be because I got these on clearance last year, but it looks like it's going to be like a plumish, pinkish color. So it starts out this dark color, and then it's getting lighter. Then we have some tricolor sage, some big ear lamb's ear, coral bells, heuchera, whatever you'd like to call them, another Astilbe, some more coral bells, a lot of them. We've got down here some pink Chablais lamium, This is a foamy bells, but I'm not really, can't remember the variety. Back there we've got a ghost fern. And over here we have a limetta hydrangea. And in the back we have more of the coral bells. We've got the Japanese painted fern here. More lands here. Then we've got, I believe, a silver gumdrop, maybe, coral bell. In the back there we have rosemary and some sweet william. In the pot is a rose of Sharon of some sort, along with a Shadowland wee hosta. Then here in the front we have more sweet william, and this is a mini skirt hosta. Then we have our big hydrangea here, and it's full of buds coming. Just look at them everywhere. And this is a penny mac, and I've treated my soil so that it hopefully will be pink. So I have a lot of plans for this garden, and I mean it's a good size. It goes all the way through that bed there. And here we have, which isn't budding yet or anything, but this is a pink chiffon rose of Sharon. But all the way over here, I'm struggling with this gimbal, sorry. So we're going to plant under the trees there. You can see my lovely shadow as it's starting to get some better lighting sometime maybe. And I absolutely love the way these roses come through the fence, and I planted them on that side of the fence so it would purposely do that. All right, so let's get back here to the kitchen garden. So everything you see from here to the shed is what I'm considering, or from here to the end of the deck, the last white pole is what I'm considering the kitchen garden. We'll go over here. I just planted this limelight hydrangea, my first one. I'm so excited. And you can probably see the fence, the little black fence around it, and that is to keep the dogs out until it gets established enough that I won't mind them knocking around it and all of that stuff. So it's looking really good. I'm feeling good about it. And over here we have the roses that were coming through. You see this right here, this air conditioner and the trash cans. I need to think of something to cover that, because it really ruins the look of things. So over here, I'm in love with this rose. This is the purple one I said I might plant on the other side. Look at that. And it smells like lemons, just like lemons. It's just, oh. And I always get a little leery over here because I've found some snakes in here a few times. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And that is a lavender crush climbing rose. Below it is a Sunny Days knockout rose. And then that's your typical pink knockout rose. Today we planted this wheelbarrow up. And it's full of goodies. We've got a Sherfina sunflower, maybe? I think that's what it's called. We've got some Gerber daisies, Super Tunia Vista bubblegum, Osteospermum of some type in multiple places. We've got some zinnia. We've got some salvia. I don't know. Somebody want to let me know what it is? I do have the tags, and I'll show you in a different video what I do with my tags and how I keep track of what I have planted. And then we have some Super Tunia Vista Snowdrift in there as well. Over here, which is what I have on either side of the raised beds, is Incredible And then this is bed 1. So we've got in the front, we have some jalapeno peppers, some red bell, and some green bell peppers. And then we have our onions. We've got Walla Walla and sweet red. And then we've got some glorious celery. Look at that celery. It is looking so good. We also have some tomatoes, and let's see what tomato we have here. Red beefsteak. We've got some curled parsley. And the thing I'm most excited about, because I've never grown it before and I'm like a big kid, is we have Denver carrots. And we have some marigolds in there. I'm a little worried about my carrots not getting enough light because of these bigger crops shading them. So we'll see how they'll do. This is an experiment. We've got a boxwood here. This isn't ready. I need to get a little more soil for that. And then look at this. Oh my goodness, look at it. Okay. So I have a huge tomato that needs staked like yesterday. And we have this is butter crunch lettuce. And I call this my guinea pig garden box because we have 6 guinea pigs and this is all the goodies they love to eat. Then we have 3 humongous kale. We've got a patio tomato and then more Denver carrots. Now look at how big these are, and they're really upright and they look really healthy. They're also a different company, a different brand. So one was Burpee and one was not. And then back here, this is iceberg lettuce. Again, I don't know. I think they might not make it because it's getting shaded from this kale. But this kale and the butter crunch have to be harvested this weekend. We'll come around to the front and I'll show you the rest. So we have some mini romaine here. We have 3 of them. And then tucked in there also, we have some more curled parsley. And so these have to be harvested right now, within the next couple days, because this is really ready to bolt. And we got this sweet basket here. It's full of Lady Godiva orange, calendula, and Rockin' Planta blue salvia. And in front of this raised bed, in this pot, we've got the Sweet Caroline Sweetheart Lime, I think it is, sweet potato vine. We've got our Super Tunia Bordeaux, and the tree is a patio bonfire peach, which I think I'm not going to keep because I just found out that you can't really eat them. And this is the kitchen garden, so of course we would want to make sure that we could eat what was ever in the garden. Turning around this way, this was a twig with nothing on it. I got it last year at the clearance, and the guy said, "Lady, that's dead. You can't do anything with it." And I said, "How much?" And he said $2, and I said, "I'll take it." And ta-da! And it's a gray dogwood. Here we have Skyrocket Pennisetum on either side of the steps with 2 different types of sweet potato vine. Coming back here again, another Incredible, and then we're walking towards the back. So this little disaster area is where we used to have a pool, and we're trying to build the ground back up. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Back here to the shed, so my vision is I have ordered a wall fountain to go on the shed, And then I have planted a climbing hydrangea. I heard they climb really slow, so I might have to find something that'll climb faster to cover this huge wall that just looks out of place. I also have a Gatsby Moon oak leaf hydrangea. This is my first year for it. Don't know how it'll do. Originally bought it to plant right where that climbing hydrangea is, but this backyard is so full of roots that we can't really dig, but that's okay. Everything from this this tree back is going to be the Japanese Zen garden. And to start it off, I have one little plant and that's it. And that is my little Japanese maple. Don't know the variety. It was 14 bucks and I said, I'll take it. And so this is mostly probably going to be a lot of potted plants. I want to put back here some different grasses, hostas, azaleas, lemony lace elderberry, some couple other like shrubs. Well, you know, we'll see what we can do, because like I said, if you look at the ground, you really, you know, get a good look, it's just all roots. It's not sticks laying on the ground, that's tree roots. It's really bad. All right, so over here, not much going on. I have a lot of big plans for this area. This might not get done this year because Corona. Here I do have a little cherry tomato in my hanging basket that may or may not make it. It's one, these baskets are really dry. I didn't put a diaper in it, which I should have. I knew better. And so I don't know if it gets enough moisture or enough light because we're under the tree canopy. Over here on either side of the deck, we have Skyrocket Pennisetum with a beautiful variety of, not super petunia, just petunia. They're just regular petunia. I don't know what they are. They're gorgeous. The sweet potato vine, not sure either. Maybe Sweet Caroline Raven, not 100% sure if that's the one with the traditional leaves and this is a heart. Don't know. Really, I'm horrible. And then over here, this wee little baby on year 2 is the blue chiffon Rosa Sharon. And then we're back around to the front. I really need to trim up that azalea. I want to cut it like pretty close, but I'm afraid I don't want to kill it, so I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that one. We have a bunch of potted plants up on the porch. The deck, I guess it would be. Okay, so this is my first time using lemon coral sedum, and wow. Does anybody else's look like this? I thought it stayed like really low mounded growing. I was really shocked. So I planted all the plants to have a tropical kind of theme. I've got a hibiscus that doesn't want to bloom anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Sun patience, and the same on the other side. Some more lemon coral sedum, and maybe, is it called tangerine something? Super bells, maybe? Not sure. And then over here, all right, so some stuff is going to have to come out of this pot because I way overplanted it, but I planted it really early in the season. So I wanted it to be really full, so I really packed it. I mean, I packed it. So in here we have Super Tunia Red, Lemon Coral Sedum. That, I mean, look at that. Like, it's going wild. Super Tunia Limoncello. Then we have 2 red canna in the middle. And then over here, a potato vine, and I think I'm just going to take it out. It's too shaded, and the Super Tunias and the lemon coral have just taken over. So it's not getting a good life back there. Here we have more lemon coral. This one I just trimmed it up because it was out of control. We've got a wee little succulent, and I don't know what this is. My daughter picked it out. Said she thought it looked tropical, and so we have it. We got some potted elephant ears here to get with that tropical feel. As you can see, all of my neighbors are really close, so it's almost impossible not to ever get their property in my video, and I'd like to put up a privacy fence, but that's just not happening right now. And then back here is a little Majesty Pine. Pine. Why would I say pine? Majesty Palm. And in here we have a thornless blackberry. No fruit or anything yet. I don't know much about how this works. But like I said, I want to keep everything as edible as possible. So some of the plans that I do have is to add arbors at each of the gates on either side and grow either roses or clematis up them. For this side of the yard, so we have a little problem with it, and it's causing me to rethink most of my plans, and that is our salt pumps a lot. We live on a slope, and right here, water comes bubbling out of the ground, and our yard is usually wet. So whatever I plant has to enjoy having wet feet, and not a lot of plants do. The other plan is also on the either side of the steps here to do a little paver area with potted herbs. Again, like I said, I'm sticking with the theme of kitchen. I call it the Renaissance kitchen garden because I really wanted to have that potager or potager, whatever you say it, potager look. So it's a work in progress, and I'm fine with that because that's what gardening is all about: having fun, making plans, changing plans, and creating something that you find beautiful and meaningful. It's so nice to just take a little stroll out here, sit on the swing, and just listen to the fountain, and it's just so relaxing. So I'm really excited to come back in a month or two and give you another tour, show you what changes have been made, how things have developed, filled in, what I've taken out or what I've added. If anybody has advice on any planting to cover that pipe, that would be amazing. Oh, I also didn't mention that here in this empty spot is where I plan to put a lilac. But right now, like, most of the front and sides are done. It's just enjoying them at this point and just maintaining. I weed every day. I just come out and weed real quick. This bed has landscape paper. So does this one with the iceberg. And the very front L, but not the one with the bench. It does not. And neither does the one with the fountain. Oh, also, I want to train this iceberg to go up that pole. If anybody has any advice on or good tips for training the climbing roses without, because you know, sometimes when you have a climbing rose, it'll start to only bloom at the top. But I want it to be like this climbing rose and bloom all the way through. And I don't know how I got it like that. So if anybody has some advice on climbing roses, because I used to stay away from them, but now I'm kind of in love with them. So I'm going to say goodbye to you all. So we take a little last minute stroll, another look. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll answer as many questions as I can. Share it if you love it. Especially if you like when somebody is very, you know, I have flaws in my garden. Like I said, like my roses look like somebody should probably call the rose police on me right now. And my grass is sometimes patchy, you know, like right there. And I'm terrible with a gimbal. And I plant things places I shouldn't, and I have to learn to change it. Just like these astilbe, they're way too tall for this area of the bed, so they're going to need to go in the back. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the gardens, and I hope we'll see you next time.